joining me this morning to share how faith impacts his ideas on immigration policy. Sir, good morning to you. Thanks so much for being with us. This is a unique conversation that I think not a lot of people are having. Now, first, I want to give a little background. You were in the Pentagon on 9/11. You were severely burned, critically injured, and say it was a miracle you made it out alive. So how did that shape how you approach legislating on national security and border issues today?
Fidelity to the law. You had a story just 10, 15 minutes ago with a former attorney from the Trump administration that spoke to the fidelity of the law. There are folks that are using the term sanctuary city based upon scriptural reference in Old Testament that gave sanctuary to individuals that were responsible for the accidental death of an individual and sanctuary from the family that would seek vengeance. Nowhere in scripture is sanctuary used to give sanctuary from the law. We are all compelled to obey the law. Even the President of the United States that takes an oath to faithfully execute the laws of the United States. So as I look at it from the perspective of fidelity to the law, my oath of office, my oath of commissioning, to support and defend the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That's what the American citizen expects of our federal government, of our state government, and that's what we're trying to do here.
But what would you say to lawmakers who say, we know the origins of the word sanctuary cities? You're right that this is biblical, but we have redefined those terms to allow people who've come here for refugees, though the people who seek asylum in this country, I've talked to border officials, are not considered legal refugees, just something that most people probably don't know. Can you define sanctuary cities as a place where people can come in the meantime, in the interim, while they are making a case for being here as legal residents?
No, not at all, Adrienne, because in what sane world does it make sense to have over 6 million people come into the country, putting a drain on our uncompensated care in hospitals, our schools, all the social services that were required, federal services, state social services, those requirements. Look, if we're just going to play a semantics game with words, if I'm dealing drugs on the street corner and they're illegal drugs, am I an illegal drug dealer or an undocumented pharmacist? I mean, we can play the semantics game, but this is unsustainable. It is a violation of the law. It is a violation of President Biden's oath and the demand that it is creating on the American taxpayer for people that come from all over the world. Look, if you want to see what the scars look like, of what it means to not know who's in this country, I'll be happy to take my shirt off for you. My first duty is the protection of Texans. And when I had a federal oath, it was to protect the United States. And that's the same oath that everybody in the federal government takes. And their function is to protect Americans first.
But what do you do with the millions of people who are already here? As someone of faith, as a legislator, do you say that it's time for mass deportations? Are you calling for drastic action at this point?
I believe that President Trump is correct in his campaign statement that says we must begin the removal of folks that are here unlawfully. Look, we've had people from every country in the world come across the southern border of Texas except North Korea. So this isn't about race. It isn't about any of the things that are going to be used to try to divide us. Being an American is an affair of the heart. I want to protect Americans. And to do so, I want to make sure that we are obeying the law. This is not the numbers of people that will, at this pace, the numbers of people that will come into this country under President Biden's 4 years is 12 million people. That's the electoral vote count of Michigan. If he gets a second term and assuming the same pace, that would be 24 million people. Now that's that's almost the size of Texas, and it's bigger than Florida. Tell me how that is sustainable, Adrienne. It's not.
Senator Birdwell, passion for sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.